Hey there. Do you ever feel like you have beliefs that prevent you from taking action? Like, do you have these goals that you've been trying to achieve over and over and over again? For example, maybe it's those last 10 pounds that you're trying to lose. Maybe it's a trip that you've been wanting to take forever and you just haven't actually had a chance to get that booked. Let's dig a little deeper. I'm going to show you a 6-step system that is really, really easy on how to reframe your thinking and to get out of that rut. So you'll want to download the worksheet because it spells it all out. You can follow along. And once you have it downloaded, you might want to come back and watch this video, and I'm going to step you through it step by step by step. This is really exciting stuff here. So number one, we want to think about what is your limiting belief? What is this negative, we say negative thought in your head? Is it the fact I can't lose those 10 pounds? Is it that you're not happy at your job? Whatever this limiting belief is, maybe you think that your boss is always jumping down your throat, always really trying to be negative towards you. Whatever it is, write it down. What is your limiting belief? And if you have the worksheet, you can follow along right there. Okay, so once you have your limiting belief, the next thing to think about is what activities do you do that cause this limiting belief? When you have this belief, what activities are you doing? So for example, let's say that you have a boss that you don't like or that you think the boss doesn't like you. What activities are you doing? Are you maybe feeling stressed about work? Are you trying to work extra hard to prove yourself? Are you doing an extra good job, putting in all of your time to work? What activities are you doing when you have this belief? So take a couple seconds and write that down. And now the third step, remember there's 6, so this is step number 3. The third one is what are the results of these activities you're doing? So for example, say that you're spending all of your time working because you're really, really stressed out about your boss. What results are happening because of these activities you're taking? Now really think about this. Chances are, if you're not happy with this part of your life, chances are that you're not getting the results that you're hoping for. But the question is, what results are you getting? Okay, something to think about. Give you a couple seconds to write that down. And you can go through this again when you have more time to really think it through. I want to give you a quick high-level view. So step number 4, what is your desired result? So remember we started with your limiting belief. Let's use the boss as an example. So you think that your boss doesn't appreciate you. Maybe you're scared of getting fired. You're just really unhappy at work. So you've got your limiting belief. What activities do you do when you're having this belief? So maybe you're working super hard. You're putting everything else to the side and you're just work. The third one is what are the results of these activities? So that could be that your family life, your personal life is really suffering. Just an example. And number 4, what is your desired result? So your limiting belief could be that your boss isn't appreciating you and you're not happy at work. Your desired result could be that you love your job, that you are passionate every day you go to work and it's just so fun. That's a great result. So think about what your actual desired result is, because if you don't know what you want, it's going to be pretty tough to get there, right? So write down what is your desired result. All right, and now moving on to step number 5. What activity do you have to do to achieve this result? Now think about this. What are you going to have to do to start to achieve this result? But what activities would you be doing if you had that desired result? So pretend that you already have it. Pretend that you love your job. What activities would you be doing? So you would be probably going into work, really cheerful, really happy, doing the best you can, having that good work-life balance. Whatever's important to you, think about what activities you would be doing, okay? So write that down. And the last part is what empowering beliefs would you have to do these activities? So remember, the first belief we started with was your limiting belief. So that was, for example, that your boss doesn't appreciate you, you're stressed at work, you're not happy at work. So full circle now, what empowering beliefs would you have to really support and help yourself do these activities that are going to achieve this result that you want. So the empowering belief could be that my boss really does appreciate me. She's probably really stressed in her family life and she trusts me enough to give me all this extra work. Something like that. This might be the toughest one, but once you go full circle around, this makes all the difference in the world. So, quick recap. If you have your worksheet in front of you, this will make perfect sense. If not, just try to follow along. Make sure you download your worksheet. So, you went from limiting belief to what activity do you do when you have that limiting belief, to what is the results of those actions that you're doing, those activities, the results that you don't want, to, halfway there, what is your desired result, right? That's what you want to achieve. To what activities do you have to do to achieve that result? And then the last part is what empowering beliefs do you have to do those activities? So you see, this is a way of reframing your thinking. It's moving from focusing on the negative, what you don't want, full circle to positive, what you do want and what you have to do to get there. And now it might sound simple, and it kind of is, but go through it a couple times. You can use this for any situation that you have. Now, I've been privileged enough to do coaching with the Tony Robbins organization, and that is where I learned this technique. So what I've done is I've taken it, I've put a little bit of a different spin on it, but it's the same concept that Tony teaches all of his clients. And I feel like when I added it to my life, it made decisions really a lot easier. It also helped me to reframe certain situations that I thought I was a victim. I thought that they were no good. And then once I did this, I realized, you know what? This is my reaction to these situations. So by reframing your thoughts, you can make a huge difference in your life. I hope I've given you some valuable, fun things to try. And of course, remember, the journey is the reward. Have a wonderful day, and I hope you try something new and fun today. Bye-bye.